Hello chess friends, and welcome to Azar's chess channel, and welcome to my advanced chess theory. Today we're gonna continue with my King's Indian videos, and again with the Petrosian, also called the time variation sometimes. So let's see. Again, the setup: c4, g6, knight to c3, bishop to g7, e4, d6, knight to f3, castling, bishop to e2, and now I said it in my previous video, after e5, now this early d5. So again, I'm telling you, I recommend you to play the move a5 in this variation, and now instead of in my previous video it was the continuation with bishop to e3, today will be bishop to g5. So what's the idea behind bishop to g5? So the idea is that if you you want to play maybe knight to a6, and then again maybe knight to d7, then push f5. That's your idea. But you see, this bishop, if you play something like h6 and then g4, at least two tempos you have to make. Of course, after h6, then bishop to h4, and then you have to play two tempos on the bishop, and it's unclear if white's gonna castle into the attack of black. So that's the idea of white. He wants to weaken your king side so early with this early with this king stayed in the center. So I've told you in my introduction video, sometimes you have to worry about white's position of the king. So in some variation he will stay with the king in the center or castle queenside. So but you have to, in this position, you have to play the move h6. So if you don't play the move h6, then maybe something like knight to a6, then white can play this move knight to d2, and you see now he has very good play here, and he can castle queenside, kingside, or stay with the king in the center. Again, it's unclear where he's going to castle. He has developed all his pieces, and now the bishop is aiming on the queen, and some threats are here, maybe just to play g4 immediately and start an attack on the king side. So that's not what I'm recommending. I recommend you to play the move h6. Now in some variations white will play bishop to h4, and the game I wanted to show you, it's a game from 1994 between Vladimir Kramnik and Garry Kasparov. Again, Garry Kasparov with the black pieces. I said it earlier. If you want to play the King's Indian very well, so watch Garry's games. And now you should leave the bishop here on the spin on the queen, and that's one variation I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you some more variations with the Petrosian, with this bishop to g5 setup. And now Vladimir Kramnik continued with castling. Now bishop to d7. It's an important move. If something like a3 and b4 comes, then you can take with the knight. You have connected your queen and the rook. So a3, b4, you can take with the knight. So it's okay, and that's why now comes this bishop to d2 maneuver. But it's different now. It's different now because the bishop is not on e3, so it's on h4, and you will see this bishop will be the main theme of this continuation. And now comes bishop knight to c5. So now Kramnik plays b3, and that's the critical point here. You see, while playing b3, it was this knight on c3 was unprotected, and Garry Kasparov finds a monster queen sacrifice. It is a positional sacrifice. You see, it would be it will be 2 pieces and a pawn for the queen, but the position will get so blocked that the queen will not be so useful. There are better continuations for white, but you see how Garry destroyed how Kasparov destroyed Kramnik in this game. So now he plays this queen sacrifice, and of course Kramnik took it, because if he doesn't take it, then he would be down a pawn, and now Garry-Kasparov takes the knight on c3 with the attack on the queen and the attack on the bishop. So no queen to c2 or queen to c1 possibilities because of taking this bishop, and with the check and then take another piece. So that's why Kramnik played queen to e1. And now after taking, let's see the position. So you see, it's important that black took this central pawn on e4. Now f5 is possible with playing e4 and opening this diagonal on the rook. So far no threats of queenside push, because the position the queenside is extremely blocked. So again, you see, now black can play the rooks on the f file or the e file, and just continuing to play forward with the pawns. So, and the other thing is that all of these pieces of black are on active squares. So now Kramnik played this mistake. He probably wanted somehow to open up the a file, but it's not so good. I think there are better continuations in this position before rook to c1. The position is about equal. So now Kramnik makes this mistake and plays rook on c1, and Garry took the pawn. And after attacking the knight comes on b4. So now black can, by playing b6, he can block the position on the queen side forever. So no push forward by white is possible with the pawns, and that's the idea of King's Indian play by white. He wants to attack on the queen side. So you see, that's not. I don't think that Kramnik should left this pawn. At least play maybe something like a3, b4. But I'll show you how you should continue in this position. So now comes bishop to d1. It's sort of a flexible move. He wants to prevent black to play the knight on c2, and now Garry just attacks on the rook with his diagonal. You see sort of a crowded position here. The pieces of white and are on the first and second rank, and although he has a queen, it doesn't mean so much. You see, now rook to b1, and now rook to e1, queen to e3. You see, there are no possibilities to go with the queen in the game, because the coordination of the pieces of black is very good. So now f5. I don't know. Even with the queen, I will probably would love to continue this game with black, because every pawn move that white makes on the king side will weaken his king. And I told you, this good coordination. You see, every piece by black is in an active square. The rooks are very good. So I don't know. Now comes h4. He wants to block somehow the position on the king side. So no g5 possibilities so far. And now Garry plays rook to f8, preparing of course f4. Again, blocking system by white, but now the other rook comes into the game, and the rook on e8. Again, the rook to a1 brings nothing for white, because rook to a1 brings nothing. You can always play, I told you, b6 and totally block the position. So now comes the king, a little bit on a better square, king to g2, and now you see the coordination, very good square for this knight, this e3. So again a step forward on the attack, and now rook to g1. That's you see, white has problems. He doesn't know where to go with his pieces, so he's totally blocked by black's pieces. And now after that comes of course this f4. f4 very good, breaks, opens the position. So you see, white is already on losing side here. Of course he has material, but the material doesn't bring him anything. Now comes g took on f4, and now with the rook into the game. Again, forward move. You see, the pieces are infiltrating in white's position, and of course, well, he somehow wants to maybe open this g file, but Garry isn't interested in that, and he again placed this very good blocking system. You see, the coordination is very well. The pawns are supporting the rooks are supporting the pawns, the knights are supporting the rook, and very good coordination. I said it before. Now after rook to f1, you see the rook is just dancing around the king, because Garry uses every active square. And if you see, Garry does that often. He just plays forward. So again a better position for the rook, and just simply continuing on the attack. So now Kramnik wants to at least somehow trade some pieces and manage to get a draw here, but of course Garry is not interesting. And after rook to f1, he tries another way, now with this other rook on the f line, rook to f8. So again, somehow he wants to trade pieces, maybe, but now comes this rook, and with a different kind, with a different style. And now this knight on f4 with the check, and you see, no possibilities for the queen. He cannot play on f2, because he will get a check, and with the attack on the queen. So he had to play on g1. Now the other knight comes into the game. So you see this dark square bishop, although he didn't play after castling, but it has this long diagonal, and he just searches on which diagonal is going to come, maybe here or maybe here, with the attack on the knight. So this is flexible position with this bishop, and this dark square bishop is even better placed than the queen. So now comes e5, and Garry took it with the knight. So you see, again he tries somehow open the position, but it's already too late. Now after rook to c1, the knight comes, and here Garry managed to get this pin on the knight, and after taking, he took the rook, then the queen, and now he takes this bishop. So you see what white thought here, that it's a drawish position, because it would be left with different colored bishops, and with almost the same material. Of course, black has these 2 pawns up, but you see now how Garry, he's such a wolf in chess. He managed to get a mating mating position with these pieces, and he uses this activity. So now he plays, of course, this check, and white has to play on g2 because defense of the rook on f1. And now after taking, white took, and now this g3. So you see now the rook, the pawn and the knight are building a mating net for Garry, and he knows how to get the mating pictures with his pieces. So now comes king to g2. He wants to somehow block this pawn from promotion, and now of course again knight on f4. It's not possible here, and here, pardon me, here in this position white resigns. So that's why I'll show you why. If white plays king to g1, then he gets mated here on the rook, and it's mate. And if he plays king to f1, now comes g2, and then after maybe king to f2, now rook to h3 with the attack on again. You see the bishop has waited for so long, but it will be will become into the game with style. So now after maybe something like bishop to c2, now this check, and pardon me, with this, and now king to a1, and of course the promotion and mating 2 by black. So I hope you enjoyed the game. It was really instructive for me. I sometimes use this variation, so many players don't know how to handle this. So again, let's go to this critical position. So after this b3, sometimes you can surprise your opponent by taking this e4 pawn. So in my next video I'm gonna show you again this setup. We'll start from this move 12 if black takes on e4. So there are better continuations for white, but I'll show you a couple of games how you should again approach and play along in this variation. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Chess is the best, guys.